Hello, Montana educators and IT leaders. Conor Smith, CEO of First Call Computer Solutions. Feel like I've been working with you guys since the beginning of time, but in reality, it's been about 25 years working with districts to help them adopt technology, manage technology, and achieve good outcomes. Today's no different. There's pressing IT, cybersecurity, funding needs, lots of complexities across trustees and parents and teachers and students and admin, all of the stuff that you guys know so well. Schools are the backbone of our communities, and as the technology continues to evolve, districts have to evolve as well. From cyber threats to how do we deal with limited IT resources within our buildings. We'll break down some of these concerns and see if we can give you some proactive strategies to help. Every school district has a lot of stakeholders, and it's difficult to get those stakeholders to agree on things from time to time. I know you superintendents know that well. The district has to provide technology to its students and its staff to fulfill its mission and vision. I think generally everybody agrees on that. But in terms of setting IT goals, what is success really? What are those outcomes? That can be a struggle for districts 25 years ago, as well as today. So I'm just going to offer, some simple goals, some success criteria that superintendents can work with, technology folks can work with to try and get that shared set of criteria that you're shooting for. So number one is just state of market information technology. Districts can't afford to be way out on the bleeding edge. They also can't afford to fall way behind. So shooting for state of market is a good goal. Uptime, security, performance, and compliance. Those four things. If districts are hitting those four things consistently, folks are usually pretty happy. Annual centralized planning and budgeting. The reason this is a goal is so many districts need to do a better job of formally planning IT. It's very expensive. There's limited windows of when you can buy it, how you can buy it, when you can get it in place. So the better you've got a plan in place, the better the outcomes are going to be. And as you're thinking about IT planning, you've got to be thinking about planning in cybersecurity now as well. Formalize that process, the benefits are real. Confidence in newly installed systems. So if your district buys new technology but nobody has the confidence to use it, it's a wasted investment. Culture of innovation. As people's confidence goes up, they're going to innovate more in the classroom, in work process. We all have lots of demands, and technology can help us do more with the resources that we have. So being able to innovate around that is super important. Skilled and experienced staff. What are those core skills that everybody needs to have in order to make use of the investments? Digital citizenship and next level ready students. Technology and the work that the district's doing with technology has to help people become good citizens around it and ready for that next level, whether it's grade school to middle school to high, or high and beyond. Optimal spending, got to make best and highest use of the dollars, and synergy, not silos. What I mean by that is each district needs to have technology that flows through the district versus this group does this group does that. Very hard to get a good synthesized system that the school can move through, you can budget through, you can plan through. Synergy, super important. So if these are true in your district, you're doing an awesome job. Success is in place. If they aren't true, take the time to slow down and reset those expectations, figure out what's working, what's not, and how to transform it. One of the big challenges that Montana school districts face is just having enough IT and cybersecurity resources. Many schools have no people, some people have one, some it's multiple people juggling various duties, wearing multiple hats. This makes it tough to keep up with all of the different demands of IT and cybersecurity. So a few strategies that can help. One, slow down, do some planning, really get the scope involved of what is all of the work that needs to be done. When I say scope, think about users, think about IT, think about cybersecurity, think about facilities, applications, odd jobs, all the other duties that technology has made its way into. Get a complete scope of work so that the trustees and the superintendent and those involved with technology can really look at what all are we trying to get done and who for. Are there areas that can be delegated within the building or to strategic partners? Automation is really taken hold in the last couple of years in IT and cybersecurity. So where can that be leveraged? Where can you reduce variables to make things better in the classroom for teachers or students? Where can you reduce variables in technology and other areas of service? The less variables, the easier things are to manage, support, and secure. Montana schools have always done a great job doing a lot with a little, but as more and more systems and processes and tools require digital technology, digital data, schools really are going to have to slow down, revisit what all must be done, and find realistic ways to achieve it. Hope that helps. Cybersecurity threats in the U.S. aren't just rising, they're rising exponentially. It's true in every single industry, including K-12 schools. Schools are going to need to develop a cybersecurity program. When I say that, many of you aren't even sure exactly what I mean, but just in simple terms, it's the people, it's the processes, and the tools that are going to help you detect, mitigate, respond, and recover from these types of attacks. So how do you do that? You do have to get clear on what the scope of a cybersecurity program is. Understand that first. Just like 20 years ago when we were working with districts to help them understand the scope of what an IT department or an IT program is. There's going to be leveraging of state and national resources, and this is going to change as the landscape changes over time. You can partner with qualified firms in Montana to help you provide fractionalized resources to make this stuff happen. And then, all the tried and true stuff is there. Many of the things that you're already doing from a preventative standpoint are in place. Firewalls, patch management, endpoint detection, etc. But also trying to teach student staff on behaviors and how to manage those risks. So key points, they're on the rise. We're going to have to do something about them. The clearer you get on what a cybersecurity program is, the easier it's going to be able to mature that within your district. I just got off the phone with a super smart E-rate data analyst, and part of what he was sharing was in Montana, there's a tremendous amount of E-rate dollars that haven't even been used. I really have to ask, what is the holdup? The money is available, and in my experience, the key is districts that don't have a good plan with their infrastructure over the next 12, 24, 36 months. They aren't very, very clear. These are the things that we need to buy. These are the things that we need to install and implement. It puts them in a reactive mode when these types of funds or seasons come around. So my number one recommendations for districts across Montana is to have a good plan with your infrastructure. That way you're ready to take advantage of these programs and these funds or dollars that you've got, from your general fund or whatever, when the time comes. Technology is an enabler, not an obstacle, and investing in the right infrastructure has a big impact on that. So get those plans together, you'll feel more confident, more capable, and you'll be able to maximize what's available to you. In Montana, data privacy has been a very important issue dating all the way back, to our state constitution. Montana actually has one of the strongest data privacy laws on the books of any state in the union. With school districts, you guys need to be focused on FERPA and COPPA, terms that I know you guys know well, but ultimately, when we're thinking about cybersecurity, we need to be thinking also about compliance. Schools have regulations that they've got to follow. And my number one tip here is to really look at the systems that you already have and make sure that those systems are configured to help you be compliant. Compliance can be complex, but data privacy matters a lot in Montana. Let's do our part to protect our students, parents, and their information. We've covered a lot today, from setting clear goals to how to maximize limited IT resources, the importance of developing a cybersecurity program, getting a plan in place to modernize outdated infrastructure, and just the importance of data privacy in Montana. These are big issues, but the good news, none of us are alone. First Call Computer Solutions has been helping Montana schools for years. If you don't have an internal IT person, we're here to help. If you do have an internal IT person, we can help bring some new capabilities to your overall team. We so enjoy partnering with schools, their mission, their vision, and what you're doing to help develop Montana's future. Thanks, everybody.